Hi, I'm Lily, and I was so sure this summer was going to be perfect. Like full-on fairy tale, campfire romance, slow motion running through the woods, kind of perfect. Why? Because of one person, Lucas Thomas. You've probably seen his type before. Tall, wavy brown hair that somehow always falls perfectly across his forehead. Bright hazel eyes, the kind that look like they're hiding secrets. Captain of the soccer team, plays guitar. Once posted a video rescuing a lost puppy from under a car. Yeah, that Lucas. I had the biggest crush on him since, like, forever. I used to doodle our initials on my math notebook, and when I found out we were going to the same summer camp, I nearly screamed. Camp Ember Pines. The name even sounded magical. I imagined us sitting by the lake, watching fireflies, maybe sharing a blanket. In my head, it all played out like a Netflix teen movie. I was the quiet girl. He was the golden boy. Destiny, right? Wrong. The moment I stepped onto the camp bus, I saw him, Lucas, sitting by the window, one arm propped up, sunglasses on, earphones in. He looked like he belonged in a commercial for cologne called Brooding Forest. I took a deep breath and walked past, trying to look casual. Just as I passed his seat, he looked up. Our eyes met. I smiled. He pulled out one earbud.
Do you need something?
My brain. Say something witty. Say something smart. My mouth. You dropped. Your aura. Kill. Me. Now. He raised an eyebrow and just blinked. I scurried to the back of the bus and spent the next hour dying inside. Camp Ember Pines was beautiful. Cabins tucked between tall trees, a sparkling lake, colorful kayak. There were fairy lights strung between branches like something out of Pinterest. We lined up for bunk assignments. And fate, or a very twisted camp coordinator, decided Lucas would be bunking across the aisle from me in our co-ed cabin. My heart nearly exploded. That first night, I couldn't stop imagining how this summer would go. I'd impress him with my charm, we'd bond over marshmallows and ghost stories, and by the end of August, he'd be mine. Reality check. The first words he said to me that night,
Hey, Laura, you snore like a dragon choking on peanut butter.
First of all, my name is Lily. Second of all, dragons? Peanut butter? What does that even mean? Everyone around us laughed. I laughed too, weakly, pretending it didn't sting, but it did. Later, we all sat around the campfire for a get-to-know-you circle. Everyone had to share a fun fact. When it was my turn, I said I liked poetry, which, okay, maybe wasn't the coolest thing in the world, but it was honest. Lucas snorted and said,
Wow, that's deep. You must be so fun at parties.
Another wave of laughter. I wanted to disappear into the flames. That night, as I lay on my bunk staring at the ceiling, I kept replaying it all. This wasn't how it was supposed to be. Lucas was supposed to be charming, sweet, romantic. Instead, he was turning out to be my worst nightmare. The next few days were rough. Lucas had a talent, not for soccer, not for guitar. No, he had a talent for making me feel tiny. Like during kayaking, I tripped getting into my boat and nearly fell into the lake. He shouted, loud enough for the entire camp to hear,
Hey, careful. We're trying to save the fish, not scare them to death.
Everyone laughed. Again, even the counselors smirked. I laughed too. Because what else do you do when your heart is breaking, but nobody knows? Later, during arts and crafts, I was painting this little wooden box. It had a lake scene and some stars. Not amazing, but it meant something to me. Lucas walked past, glanced down, and said,
Wow. Did a kindergartner sneeze glitter on that? Or was that your plan?
That night, I cried into my sleeping bag, silently. Of course, because strong girls don't cry over boys, especially boys who don't even know your name half the time. Everything shifted on Thursday. I was walking back from the showers, towel in hand, when I heard voices behind the cabins. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, I swear, but then I heard my name, Lucas's voice. clear as day.
Dude, I bet I could get Lily to fall for me by the end of camp. She's like obsessed. All I'd have to do is smile a little, be nice for 5 minutes, easy win.
His friend laughed.
That's cold, man.
Lucas replied,
What? It's just a game. I mean, come on, look at her.
My legs went numb. Like, literally numb. I had to sit down behind the bushes so I wouldn't collapse. I didn't cry right away. I just sat there, completely still, face burning, heart cracking wide open. Back in the cabin that night, I didn't say a word. Lucas passed me, gave me that smug smirk again, and for the first time, I didn't look away. I looked him right in the eye, and I didn't smile. Not out of anger, out of clarity. Because suddenly, I wasn't sad. I was done. Something shifted in me that night. Like, a switch flipped. I stopped waiting for him to notice me. Stopped trying to sit near him at lunch or laugh at his jokes. I joined the Canoe team with 2 girls from Cabin 6. I signed up for the camp talent show. I started writing poetry again, my kind of poetry, raw, weird, messy, and people started noticing. Not because I was trying to be noticed, but because I was finally being me. One girl said, "I love your shirt, where'd you get it?" A guy from the other cabin asked if I could help him with his art project. Even the counselors started calling me Quiet Fire. I kind of liked that. Meanwhile, Lucas? He started acting confused. Like he couldn't figure out why I wasn't circling him like a moth anymore. He even said,
Hey, Lily.
One morning. He finally got my name right, but it was too late. I had already stopped caring. It's funny how quickly things change once you change. I wasn't trying to prove anything. I wasn't trying to be cool or liked or impressive. I was just done. And weirdly, that's when things really started to go my way. There was a camp-wide canoe relay, and I was on Team Maple with Sophia and Jada, 2 girls who, a week ago, didn't even know I existed. We were up against the all-star team, including Lucas. The whole camp gathered around the lake to watch. I took the first leg, paddled hard, focused. Not on Lucas, not on impressing anyone, just the water, the rhythm, the moment. We didn't win gold, but we came second. And the second I stepped onto the dock, soaking wet and out of breath, the girls hugged me like I was a hero. That moment felt better than any fantasy I'd had about Lucas. That night, we had one last campfire before the big farewell dance. Lucas sat across from me. He looked off. Not smug, not flirty, just quiet. And then, of course, he stood up.
I have something to say.
He muttered. Everyone turned. I froze.
I've been a jerk, especially to someone who didn't deserve it.
His eyes flicked toward me for a second.
I made a stupid bet, and I lied. To my friends, to her, mostly to myself.
Dead silence. Then he sat down. Was that supposed to be an apology? Later that night, at the farewell dance, people were laughing, taking selfies, swaying under the string lights. It was soft and golden and sparkly, like the kind of night I always imagined summer camp would be. I was standing near the drink table when Lucas approached me. He looked nervous, for once.
Hey, can we talk?
I raised an eyebrow. About your public apology? He winced.
Okay, I deserve that.
Pause.
I was stupid, and I thought being mean was easier than being real. I didn't expect to actually like you.
He laughed awkwardly.
But I do.
And for a split second, part of me, the old Lily, felt that flutter. The one that remembered the crush. The fantasy. But the new me? The me who discovered her own strength? She smiled and said, I don't want to be part of a game, Lucas. I'm not a prize to win. He looked stunned. I didn't say it to hurt him. I said it because it was true. I came to camp thinking I'd fall in love. And I did. Just not the way I expected. I fell in love with quiet mornings on the dock, with paint-covered hands, with laughing so hard my stomach hurt, with new friends who saw the real me, and most importantly, I fell in love with the girl I'd been ignoring all along. Me. Lucas? He faded into the background after that. Still popular, still good at soccer, but not the center of my world anymore. I left Camp Ember Pines stronger, sunnier, more me than I'd ever been. And honestly, that was the best love story of all.